My beloved child, stop. Do not scroll past. Do not leave right now. Stay with me a little longer, because the things I am about to say are not to make you afraid, nor to make you more worried. I want to talk to you about a season that perhaps you did not want to enter. A season of lack. A season where you have to calculate more, wait longer, pray more, and sometimes ask yourself, why did God let me go through this? My beloved child, you did not stop here by accident. Perhaps you have watched many videos. Perhaps your finger is about to scroll to something else. But right now, stop. Let me speak to you, because there is one thing I want you to understand. A seasonal lack is not necessarily a season of being abandoned. You may be lacking money, lacking opportunities, lacking support, lacking someone by your side, lacking strength, lacking answers, or lacking the very feeling of peace you once had. But my child, lacking a thing does not mean you lack my presence. I am still here. I know, I have seen. I know the times you open your account and look at the numbers with a sigh. I know the expenses that make you think multiple times before deciding. I know the things you want to buy but have to put down. I know the plans you once had but have to postpone. I know the times you look at others and ask yourself, when will it be my turn? You see others moving forward, while you seem to stand still. They have opportunities. You are waiting. They have the things you once prayed for, while you are still asking, Lord, when? My beloved child. I hear that question. I do not blame you for asking. I am not angry with you for being tired. I do not turn my back when you admit, I do not understand. You do not have to pretend to be strong in front of me. If you are afraid, say that you are afraid. If you are worried, say that you are worried. If you are disappointed, say that you are disappointed. If you feel so lacking that you don't know what tomorrow will bring, say to me, Lord, I need you. I want you to remember this. You can come to me right in your current circumstances. No need to wait until you have more money. No need to wait until all problems are solved. No need to wait until you feel strong enough. Come right now, my child. Perhaps what hurts you the most is not lacking material things, but the feeling of being left behind. You ask yourself, why do others have and I do not? Why do doors open for them while I keep having to wait? Why have I prayed so much, yet still see no change? I know. I see the nights you lie down and your mind is still calculating. You think about tomorrow. You think about responsibilities. You think about family. You think about the future. You want to have enough so you do not have to worry anymore. You want to wake up one day without fearing an unexpected expense. You want to feel you are moving forward, instead of just trying to exist. I understand, my beloved child, but I want you to view this season of lack with different eyes. Do not hastily conclude that I am against you. Do not think, God does not give to me because God does not love me. No. My love is not measured by the amount of money in your hands. My love is not measured by what you possess. My love is not measured by whether you are like others or not. You are still my beloved child when you have much. And you are still my beloved child when you have little. You still have value when your plan succeeds. And you still have value when that plan fails. Your value does not lie in what you have. My child, perhaps I am teaching you a thing that abundance cannot teach. I am teaching you to distinguish between what you want and what you truly need. I am teaching you to appreciate the things you previously considered ordinary. I am teaching you to pray not only when you need a miracle, but also when you have an ordinary day. I am teaching you to give thanks even when you do not have everything you desire. I am teaching you how to trust, not trusting because you have seen, but trusting when you haven't seen, my beloved child. I do not say that every lack is pleasant. I do not tell you to pretend to be happy when you are worried. I also do not tell you to sit still and wait for everything to change on its own. If you can work, work. If you can learn, learn. If you can seek opportunities, seek them. If you need help, be bold enough to seek it. If you need wise advice, ask. Faith does not replace responsibility. Faith helps you step forward with hope instead of being controlled by fear. My child, there is one thing I want you to do right now. Look at the current season and ask, what does God want to teach me? Not, why am I suffering? Not only, when will I have more? But, in this season, who do I need to become? Perhaps I am teaching you patience, perhaps temperance, perhaps gratitude, perhaps wisdom, perhaps the ability to manage what you currently have, perhaps knowing how to receive help, perhaps learning how not to compare yourself with others, or perhaps even deeper, I am teaching you that peace does not start when you have everything. Peace starts when you know you do not walk alone. My beloved child, if your heart is being touched by these words, write Amen in the comments. Let that Amen become the word you say. Lord, I do not understand this season yet, but I still want to trust you. If you want to continue hearing messages that help you hold fast to faith, hope, and peace, follow the channel and turn on notifications. And if you know someone going through a season of lack, worrying about the future, or feeling left behind, share this video with them. Perhaps they are needing to hear a very simple thing. This season is not the whole of your story. My beloved child, I want you to remember that a season of lack does not determine your value. A difficult month does not determine your whole life. A lost opportunity does not mean all opportunities are lost. A closed door does not mean there are no more paths. And a season of waiting does not mean I have forgotten you. I am still here, but I know there is a deeper thing you need to understand. Because if you only look at what you are lacking, you will not recognize what I am forming inside you. There are lessons that can only be learned when you do not have everything you want. There are qualities that only grow in a season of waiting. There are types of faith that only appear when you no longer rely on what your eyes see. And there are things I want to give you that are not just placed in your hands, but are in the very person you are becoming. My beloved child, do not leave. I haven't finished speaking, because in the next part, I want you to look directly at the pains that the season of lack has created in your heart. Worry, shame, comparison, fear, and the feeling of inadequacy. And I want you to know, you do not need to be ashamed because you are in a difficult season. I see you. I understand you. I still love you, and I am still with you. My beloved child, I am still here. And I want you to know that I do not only see what you are lacking on the outside, I see what the lack is doing inside your heart. That is what I want to touch. Because sometimes what hurts you the most is not the amount of money you have, not the room you are living in, not the job you are doing, not the opportunities you do not have yet, but the feeling, why does my life have to be like this? My beloved child, I know the nights you lie down, but your mind cannot rest. You calculate, you think, you worry. You look at the bills to pay and wonder how you will manage. You think about family. You think about the future. You think about the plans that had to be put aside, and there are nights you do not tell anyone. You just lie there, silent, but in your heart, there are hundreds of questions. I know. I have seen the tears you wiped away before others saw. I have seen you try to appear normal when inside you are very afraid. I have seen you smile in a conversation, but your mind is still thinking about the things you haven't resolved. I know, my beloved child, perhaps what hurts you the most is comparison. You look at others. They seem to have more. They have a better job, a more beautiful house, a more comfortable life, trips that you cannot take, yet things you once prayed for, but others seemingly received first. You do not want to be jealous. You really do not want to. But sometimes in your heart, a question still arises. Lord, what about me? I hear that question. I do not condemn you. I know you are just tired of waiting, tired of watching others move forward, tired of having to calculate every step yourself, tired of not knowing when this season ends. But my child, do not use the lives of others to measure my faithfulness toward you. You do not know their whole story. You only see the part they show you, and more importantly, I do not write your story exactly like their story. You have a unique journey, a unique rhythm, a unique season, a unique purpose. My beloved child, perhaps the lack has caused you to start doubting yourself. You think, am I not good enough? Am I not lucky enough? Am I not worthy? Does God not want to bless me? I want you to stop right here. No. You must not use circumstances to define your value. A person who currently has little is not a person of lesser value. A person facing difficulties is not a failure. A person having to start over is not someone abandoned by God. My child, I know there are times you feel ashamed. You do not want others to know you are struggling. You are afraid they will judge. Afraid they will think you are unsuccessful. Afraid they will view you differently, so you try to hide it. You say, it's fine. I am still okay. I can handle it myself. But my child, you do not need to be ashamed because you are in a difficult season. Everyone has different seasons. There are seasons to sow. There are seasons to wait. There are seasons to harvest. There are seasons to start over. There are seasons you can give. There are seasons you need to receive help. Receiving help does not make you inferior. Sometimes it is part of the community I place around you. My beloved child, if you are lacking, seek wisdom. Manage what you currently have. Seek suitable opportunities. Learn, work, ask those with experience. And if you need help, speak up. Do not let pride cause you to carry a burden that you do not need to carry alone. I do not want you to sink in shame. I want you to walk in truth, my child. I also know lack can make you fear the future. You ask yourself, what if next month is even harder? What if this job is lost? What if there is an unexpected expense? What if I do not have enough strength? Those questions keep repeating, and fear makes you live in tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. My child, remember, you are not given tomorrow's grace today, but you will receive enough grace needed for each day when that day comes, so do not carry the burdens of the future into today. Today there are things you can do. Do them. Today there are things you can pray for. Pray. Today there are things you need to let go of. Let go, and the things you cannot yet solve. Hand over to me, my beloved child. Perhaps you have prayed to me. Lord, Please change my circumstances. I hear that prayer. But sometimes before the circumstances change, I want to heal how you view yourself. Because if your heart always thinks, I only have value when I have much, then no matter how much more you have, your heart may still fear losing it. If you think, I am only at peace when everything is under control, then you will always worry. If you think, I am only happy when I have what others have, then you will always lack. My child, I want to give you something deeper than material things. A contented heart. Contentment does not mean giving up dreams, does not mean stopping work, does not mean you are not allowed to desire a better life. Contentment means you do not let what you do not have steal your gratitude for what you do have. Look back. You still have breath. You still have a day to live. You still can learn, still can work, still can love, still can pray, still can start over. Do not overlook small things. My beloved child, perhaps the season of lack is teaching you to appreciate a meal, a home, a sincere friend, a work opportunity, a peaceful day, a sleep uninterrupted by worry. Things that used to be very ordinary suddenly become gifts. And when your heart learns gratitude, you will realize that lack cannot take away all the blessings from your life. My child, if you are in a season of lack, I want you not to curse this season. Do not say, my life is always like this. I will never get better. I never get a chance. Those words can become cages, imprisoning your own mind. Replace them with a prayer. Lord, I do not know how long this season will last, but please help me step through it with faith and wisdom. If that is the word you want to offer to me, write Amen. And if these words are helping you maintain hope, follow the channel and turn on notifications to continue accompanying upcoming messages. If you know someone living in pressure because of lack, share this video with them. Perhaps they are needing to know that they are not alone. My beloved child, I do not want you to only ask, when will I have more? I want you to also ask, what does God want to form in me in this season? Because there are lessons money cannot buy: patience, wisdom, gratitude, temperance, the ability to trust, compassion toward others, and a faith not completely dependent on circumstances. My child, I know this season is not easy. I know there are days you want to give up. But remember, the season of lack is not your identity. It is only a season, and every season eventually changes. I do not tell you a specific day. I do not promise you a specific outcome, but I want you to know I can still lead you through this season, step by step, day by day, decision by decision, prayer by prayer. And there is one thing I haven't told you yet. Perhaps what you are lacking is not just money or opportunities. Perhaps the deepest thing you are lacking is peace while waiting. And in the next part, I want to show you why my silence does not mean I have forgotten you, and why sometimes I allow you to step through a season of lack to teach you how to trust me even when your hands are not full. My beloved child, do not leave. I am still speaking to you, my beloved child. I know you have asked, why, Lord? Why do I have to go through this season of lack? Why have I prayed and still have to wait? Why have I tried and the door is still not open? Why do others seem to be moving forward while I have to stand still? I hear all those questions, and today I want you to understand one thing. Delay is not the equivalent of rejection. Silence does not mean I am absent. And a season of lack does not mean I have turned my back on you, my beloved child. You often look at what you do not yet have. I look at all that you are becoming. You look at your hands and say, I do not have enough. I look at your heart and see I am teaching you how to trust. You look at the closed door and think, I have lost the opportunity. I see things you cannot yet see. You look at the waiting time and think, I am being left behind. I see a process that you do not yet understand. My child, I do not want you to misunderstand waiting. Waiting is not always standing still. There are seasons when outwardly things seem unchanged, but inwardly you are being formed in many ways. An impatient person learns patience. A person who always wants to control learns surrender. A person used to relying on their own strength learns to pray. A person who used to take small things for granted begins to be grateful. A person who used to think they didn't need anyone learns how to receive help. That is also maturity, my beloved child. Perhaps you are praying, Lord, please change my circumstances. But sometimes I am also working within you yourself. Not to punish you, not because you are not good enough, but because I want you to have a solid foundation when stepping into the next things, my child. Imagine a person building a house. Passers-by might only see the foundation. They might say, nothing is happening. But the builder knows what they are doing. The most important parts are sometimes not the parts. Others see. The foundation lies under the earth. No one praises it. No one photographs it. But if the foundation is not solid, the house above will also have a hard time standing firm. Perhaps your current season is like a season of building a foundation. I know you want to see results, but do not underestimate what is being built in your heart. Faith, wisdom, patience, gratitude, discernment, peace. My beloved child, there is one more thing I want you to understand. Not every closed door is a punishment. There are doors that are closed because you do not know what is on the other side. You once cried over a lost opportunity. You once thought, that was my only opportunity. But you do not know the future. You only know what you wanted at that time. I do not tell you to be happy about losses. I do not tell you to call every disappointment a blessing. I only want you not to jump to the conclusion that a thing not happening equals me not loving you. There are things you deeply want, but not everything you want is what you need. And there are things you never thought of that become important lessons in your journey. My child, I want you to learn to pray not only, Lord, please give me this, but also, Lord, if what I want does not align with the good you want for me, please grant me the wisdom to let it go. That is a difficult prayer, because you want to control, you want to know, you want certainty. But true trust begins when you say, I do not understand, but I still hand this over to you. My beloved child, I know that is not easy. There are nights you will have to pray that sentence many times. There are days you will worry again. There are times you think you have let go, but the fear returns. Do not blame yourself. Return. Pray again. Hand over again. Trust again. Faith is not always a strong emotion. Sometimes faith is simply, today I still choose not to give up, my child. If you are in a season of lack, do not let lack turn into fear, making you base all decisions in desperation. Do not lose wisdom because of fear of lack. Do not step into choices that make your heart uneasy just because you want something quickly. Slow down. Discern. Pray. Seek reliable advice. Do the right thing that you can do today. I do not want you to live in panic. I want you to live in peace and wisdom, my beloved child. Perhaps you think that when you have enough money, you will have peace. When you have a better job, you will have peace. When you pay off all debts, you will have peace. When you achieve your goal, you will have peace. But if you place your entire peace on circumstances, your heart will always be controlled by circumstances. I want you to learn a deeper thing. This does not mean you have everything. Peace is when you know you can seek me, even when you do not yet have everything. You can try and be at peace at the same time. You can plan and trust at the same time. You can pray for change and be grateful for what you have at the same time. Those two things can coexist, my child. If today you are worrying about money, the future, or a very practical need, do not only say to me, Lord, please resolve this. Add, please grant me the wisdom to manage what I currently have. Please let me know which opportunity to grasp. Please let me know what needs to be abandoned. Please help me not be led by greed or fear. Please teach me to be content. Those are prayers that can change how you step through this season. My beloved child, if your heart is being touched by these words, write Amen. Let that Amen say, Lord, I haven't seen everything, but I choose to trust you. And if you want to continue accompanying messages that help you hold fast to faith, hope, and peace, follow the channel and turn on notifications. If you know someone going through a season of lack and thinking God has forgotten them, share this video with them. Perhaps they just need a reminder. God is still with you in the season of waiting. My child, I do not promise you a specific day that all lack will end. I do not want you to put your faith in a prediction about the future. I want you to put your faith in my presence, because no matter how long this season lasts, you can still seek me. Even though you don't have answers yet, you can still pray. Even though you haven't seen the new season, you can still prepare your heart. Even though your hands are not yet full, your heart can still be full of hope. My beloved child, there is one thing I want you to stop doing. Do not curse the season you are living in. Do not call yourself a failure. Do not say you have no future. Do not say your life will forever be like this. You do not know tomorrow. Therefore, do not use today to write the conclusion for tomorrow. Let the future unfold step by step. Let me guide you, step by step, day by day, decision by decision. My child, perhaps I am teaching you that true abundance does not only lie in what you possess, but also in what you can become. A grateful heart, a wise mind, a mature faith, a life knowing how to love, a heart knowing how to give when possible, a soul knowing peace, even when it does not yet have everything. Those are things money cannot buy, my beloved child, and I still haven't finished speaking. Because in the next part, I want to take you deeper into this very topic. What do I want to teach you through a season of lack? Not just how to survive, not just how to wait, but how to make this season become the place you learn things that can change how you view money, self-worth, gratitude, giving, and the very purpose of your life. My beloved child, do not leave, because what I am about to say next, it could make you look at the current season of lack with completely different eyes. I am still here. I am still guiding you. And I am still teaching you, my beloved child. Now look at this season once more. But this time, do not only look at what you are lacking. Look at what I am wanting to form within you. Because perhaps you have asked, Lord, when will I have enough? But today I want you to ask a deeper question. Lord, what do you want to teach me when I do not have enough? My beloved child, I know that question is not easy. When you are worrying about a sum of money, you do not want to hear about lessons. You want a solution. When you are waiting for a job, you do not want to hear about patience. You want a door to open. When you are facing a real need, you do not want to hear empty words. You want to know what tomorrow will be like. I understand, so I do not want to speak to you as someone standing outside your pain. I want to step into it with you. I want you to know that your lack is something I see. But I also want you to know that it does not have to become the thing that controls your whole life, my beloved. The first thing I want to teach you is contentment, not resignation, not giving up dreams, not saying you do not need to try, but learning to look at what you have with gratitude. You can desire more and still be grateful today. You can want a better job and still do your current job with faithfulness. You can pray for abundance and still appreciate what is in your hands. You can have big dreams and still live with a contented heart. My child, there are things you once considered ordinary. A meal, a home, someone calling to check in, a body that can still work, waking up in the morning, an opportunity to start over, a peaceful day. But when you experience lack, you begin to realize the value of small things. Do not wait until they are lost to be grateful. Learn to be grateful right now. Gratitude does not make you poorer. It helps your heart not be overtaken by lack, my beloved child. The second thing I want to teach you is wisdom. A season of lack can make you realize how you are using what I have entrusted to you. Are you spending based on emotions? Are you trying to prove something to others? Are you buying things you do not really need just to feel you are not inferior to anyone? Are you living according to the pressure of others? I do not ask those things to condemn you. I ask so you can reflect, because managing what you have well is also a part of maturity. Having little does not mean you have to live in fear. Having little can become an opportunity for you to learn to use what you have more wisely. My child, do not let social media decide what a successful life is. Do not let the images of others make you feel you are a failure. You do not need to buy a thing just because someone else has it. You do not need to prove you are successful by what you possess. You do not need to live a life that makes others marvel, but exhausts your own soul. Live truly. Live with purpose. Live within your means. Let peace be more important than outward appearance. My beloved child, the third thing I want to teach you is patience. I know you do not like to wait. No one likes to wait when they are lacking, but waiting can teach you something that favorable times cannot teach. Not everything has to happen immediately. You want the answer today. I can lead you step by step. You want the door to open immediately. I can teach you preparation before stepping through a door. You want to see results. I can teach you faithfulness in the process. My child, do not confuse slow with failure. A tree does not grow up in one night. A skill is not formed in one day. A person also does not mature after just one prayer. There are things that need time. There are things that need repetition. There are things that need very ordinary days. And there are lessons that only become valuable after you have gone through a difficult season. My beloved child, the fourth thing I want to teach you is compassion. When you have experienced lack, you will understand how another person is lacking. When you have worried about money, you will understand the feeling of a person who doesn't know what tomorrow will be like. When you have been rejected, you will understand a person who is lonely. When you have needed help, you will know the value of a hand reached out at the right time. Do not let pain only make you hardened. Let it make your heart softer. When you can give, give with love and wisdom. When you cannot give material things yet, you can still give an encouraging word, a prayer, a call, a presence, a little time. Sometimes the most precious gift is not what is in your hands. It is the act of you telling a person, "You do not have to go through this alone." My child, the fifth thing I want to teach you is not to place your value on material things. You are not a number in an account. You are not a title. You are not a house. You are not a car. You are not what you wear. You are not what others think of you. Those things can change, but your value should not depend on them. I want you to know who you are, even when you do not yet have the things you desire. Because if you only love yourself when successful, you will hate yourself when you fail. If you only feel valuable when abundant, you will feel worthless when lacking. My beloved child, you have value before you have achievements. You are loved before you are recognized. You are still my beloved child in a season of plenty and also in a season of little. Remember that if today you feel I am speaking to you, pray, "Lord, please teach me to be content, to manage, to wait, and to trust you." If that is your prayer, write Amen. And if you want to continue accompanying messages that help you nourish faith, hope, and peace, follow the channel and turn on notifications. If you know someone going through a season of lack, share this video with them. Perhaps they do not need to hear that everything will instantly change. Perhaps they just need to know God is still with you in this season. My beloved child, I do not want you to step out of the season of lack only with more money. I want you to step out with a more mature heart, wiser, more grateful, more compassionate, better at managing, more prayerful, and most importantly, trusting me more deeply. Because if you only have but your heart is still full of fear, you are still not truly free. But if you learn how to be at peace while waiting, if you learn how to be grateful while not yet having everything, if you learn how to walk without needing to control everything, then I have formed within you a very precious thing, my beloved child. And I still have one thing I want to show you. There are people in the Bible who also went through seasons where they had no answers, did not see the future, and had to learn to trust day by day. Their stories are not just for you to read, they can become mirrors for you to look back at yourself. Do not leave. In the next part, I want to take you to those stories. I want you to see that a season of lack is not a place where you are buried. It can become a place where your faith takes deeper root. My beloved child, I am still here, and I am still teaching you. My beloved child, now I want to teach you a very deep thing. Do not let lack cause you to lose trust. I know that is hard. When you have enough, it is very easy to say, "I trust God." But when you do not know what tomorrow will bring, your faith is truly tested. When you look at your hands and see less than what you desire, you start to worry. You want to calculate everything. You want to control everything. You want to be certain that tomorrow will be fine. But, my child, you are not called to live by the certainty of the future. You are called to learn how to trust me in the present. My beloved child, trusting does not mean you stop acting. If you need to look for a job, look for it. If you need to study more, study. If you need to manage your finances again, start. If you need to ask for advice, seek a wise person. If you need help, open your heart to receive it. Faith is not sitting still and waiting for everything to change on its own. Faith is doing the right thing that you can do, then handing the part you cannot control over to me. You do your part. I will lead you in the next part. My child, I want you to learn to live day by day. Do not carry the whole next month on your shoulders when you are only living today. Do not bring the worries of next year into an ordinary evening. Do not let the things that haven't happened steal the peace of what is happening. Ask, what do I need to do today? What can I be grateful for today? What can I change today? What do I need to let go of today? That is how you step through a difficult season. Not by one very large step, but by many small steps, my beloved child. I also want you to learn to pray before panicking. When a problem appears, your first reaction is often worry, but next time, stop, take a breath, and say, Lord, please give me wisdom. Then consider. Do not decide in a panic. Do not hastily grasp anything just out of fear of lack. Do not trade peace and the principles you know are right just to get something very quickly. Wait when you need to wait. Act when you need to act. And let me lead you with wisdom. My child, I also want you to learn to surrender. There are things you have prayed for a very long time. You want a job, an opportunity, a relationship, a change. But my child, let me have the right to say, not yet, time. Or not this. Because you only see what you want. I see even the things you do not know. Surrender is not giving up hope. Surrender is saying, Lord, I have my desire, but I trust you more than that desire. That is a mature faith. My beloved child, do not let the season of lack turn your heart into a place only for fear. Keep gratitude, even when you do not yet have everything. Give thanks for the small things, a meal, a home, someone still by your side, a work opportunity, a new day, enough strength to continue, an opportunity to start over. When you are grateful, you do not deny the difficulty. You are only reminding your soul that difficulty is not everything. My child, I also want you to learn to give within your ability. Not to buy a blessing, not to prove to me that you are worthy, but because a heart that knows how to receive also needs to learn how to give. If you can help a person, help with wisdom. If you do not have material things to give, give time. Give a word of encouragement. Give a prayer. Give presence. Do not think that because you are lacking, you cannot become a source of encouragement to others. Sometimes precisely the person who has experienced lack knows how to comfort others most profoundly. My beloved child, if these words are touching you, say, Lord, please teach me to trust you in this season. If that is your prayer, write Amen. And if you want to continue accompanying messages that help you hold fast to faith, hope, and peace, follow the channel and turn on notifications. If you know someone worrying about lack, share this video with them. Perhaps they need to hear that. You do not have to go through this season alone. My beloved child, remember this. A season of lack is not a time you have to become a completely different person. It is a time you learn to return to what is truly important: faith, wisdom, gratitude, faithfulness, love, peace, and my presence. You do not need to know how everything will end. Know the next step. You do not need to have everything. Be faithful with what you have. You do not need to control the future. Hand the future over to me, my beloved child. I do not want you to just survive through this season. I want you to mature through it. I want that when looking back, you can say, I did not understand why I had to go through that season. But in that season, I learned how to pray. I learned how to be content. I learned how to trust. I learned that my value does not lie in what I possess. And above all, you learned that I never abandoned you. My beloved child, I am still here. And in the next part, I want you to look at a Bible story about a person who had to go through years where he could not understand what I was doing. Stay, because that story might make you view your season of lack with completely different eyes. I haven't finished speaking yet. My beloved child, now I want you to look at the story of Joseph, not just for you to remember a character in the Bible, but for you to see yourself in a part of his journey. Joseph once had a dream. He saw a thing about the future, but afterward, the path he walked was completely different from what he could have imagined. He was betrayed by his own relatives. He was taken to a foreign place. He lost the safety he once knew. There were days he could not understand. Why is this happening to me, my child? Perhaps you are also asking that question. Why do I have to lack? Why do I have to wait? Why doesn't this opportunity come to me? Why do others have, and I don't yet? But look at Joseph. If he only looked at the circumstance before him, he might have thought the dream was dead, but the story didn't end. What I want you to understand is a difficult circumstance cannot by itself tell you the entire future. You are only seeing one chapter. I see the whole story. My beloved child, Joseph did not know how everything would unfold. He could only live faithfully in the place he was standing. That is also what I want you to do. If today you are in a place you do not want to be, live faithfully. If today you have less than what you desire, manage well what you have. If today you have to wait, learn how to wait with faith. Do not think, when everything changes, only then will I live right. Live right today, my child. Remember David. David was anointed, but afterward, he still had to endure years of waiting. There were times he had to flee. There were times the future seemed very far. If only looking at circumstances, you might ask yourself, if God already has a purpose, why is the path so hard? But my child, purpose does not mean there is no season of waiting. There are things formed precisely in the period you think nothing is happening. David was not only waiting for a position, he was formed in those years, and you are too. Perhaps the season of lack is teaching you things that a season of abundance cannot teach: patience, temperance, wisdom, gratitude, dependence on me, the ability to see the needs of others. My beloved child, I also want you to remember Peter. Peter was once very sure of himself. He thought he would never fail, but then he stumbled. He had a moment that brought him pain and shame, but that failure was not the end point. This is for you. If you have ever made a wrong decision regarding money, if you have ever missed an opportunity, if you have ever trusted the wrong person, if you have ever chosen unwisely, do not let the past become your prison. Learn, fix what can be fixed. Apologize if necessary. Seek help if needed. Then stand up. Grace still remains. My child, Joseph reminds you of waiting. David reminds you of patience. Peter reminds you of restoration, and all remind you of one thing. I do not abandon you in the middle of the journey. You may not see the result yet, but you can still live faithfully. You may not have the answer yet, but you can still pray. You may not have much yet, but you can still be grateful. You may be weak, but you can still take one step. My beloved child, do not look at what you lack so much that you forget what you still have. Do not let the lack make you bitter. Let it make you understand more about compassion. When you know the feeling of needing help, remember others who also need it. When you know the feeling of worry, become someone who brings peace. When you once lacked an encouraging word, give an encouraging word to someone. When you were once lonely, be present for a lonely person, my child. That is how I can turn a difficult experience into a source of love. Not because I want you to hurt, but because I can help you not let the pain become meaningless. If today you are in a season of lack, say, Lord, please use this season to teach me what you want me to learn. If that is your prayer, write Amen. And if you want to continue hearing messages about faith, hope, and the presence of God, follow the channel and turn on notifications. If you know someone going through a difficult season, share this video with them. Perhaps they need to hear that your story has not ended. My beloved child, I do not tell you that all lack will instantly disappear. I do not promise you a specific outcome that I haven't spoken. But I want you to know that this season cannot take away your purpose. You can still grow, still can love, still can learn, still can pray, still can hope, and still can keep walking. My child, perhaps today you do not understand why. But one day you may look back and realize that right in the season, you thought you were losing everything. I taught you to recognize what is truly important. I taught you to be content. I taught you to trust. I taught you to love. I taught you that your value does not lie in what you possess. And I taught you one greatest thing. When your hands are empty, my presence is still not empty. My beloved child, stay with me. Because now I want you not only to understand with your mind, I want you to respond with faith. I want you to set down the fear, set down the shame, set down the comparison, set down the why question you have carried for too long, and say to me, Lord, please lead me through this season, day by day, step by step. I am with you. I haven't finished speaking yet, my beloved child. Now I want you to stop. Do not just listen with your ears. Listen with your heart. I have spoken to you about the season of lack. I have spoken to you about waiting. I have spoken to you about the things I might be forming inside you. But now, I want you to respond. No need for a grand promise. No need to prove anything. Just be honest with me, my child. If you are worrying about money, say, Lord, I am worrying. Please grant me wisdom. If you fear the future, say, Lord, I do not know what tomorrow will bring, but I want to trust you. If you are disappointed because of a closed door, say, Lord, please help me accept what I cannot change and recognize the next step. If you are comparing yourself with others, say, Lord, please help me be grateful for the story you are writing in my life. If you are ashamed because of lack, say, Lord, please remind me that my value does not lie in what I possess. My beloved child, I do not need perfect prayers. I want your true heart. You can say to me, I am tired. I am afraid. I do not understand. I am disappointed. I need you. I do not turn my back when you are honest. My child, perhaps you are used to resolving everything yourself. But today, practice a new thing. Before panicking, pray. Before deciding in haste, stop. Before comparing, be grateful. Before saying, I have nothing, look back at what remains in your hands. Before concluding that God has forgotten me, remember that silence is not absence. That is how you begin to walk by faith. My beloved child, faith does not mean you have no more questions. Faith is you still seeking me despite having questions. Faith does not mean you are never afraid. Faith is you not letting fear decide every choice. Faith does not mean you have everything. Faith is you knowing that you can still keep walking even when you do not yet have everything. My child, if today you only have enough strength to take one small step, take that step. Call the person you need to call. Complete what you can complete. Seek opportunities. Learn more. Manage well what you have. Ask for help when needed. Rest when needed. Pray. Do not wait until life is perfect to start living. Live today. My beloved child, there is a prayer I want you to carry with you. Lord, I hand over to you the things I cannot control. Please teach me to be faithful with the things you have placed in my hands. Please give me the wisdom to know what needs to be done, the patience to wait for what hasn't come, and the peace to not live in fear. Say that word very slowly. Let it become a part of your prayer life. If you want, write Amen in the comments, not as a declaration that all problems have disappeared, but as a surrender. I still trust God in the midst of this season. My beloved child, and if these words are helping you maintain faith, follow the channel and turn on notifications. I want you to have more periods to stop, pray, and remember that you do not walk alone. If you are thinking of someone lacking, worrying, or losing hope, share this video with them. Do not think that a share is a small thing. A timely word can become a great encouragement to a person who is weak in heart. My beloved child, I want you to do one more thing. Forgive yourself for the things you have done wrong in the past. If you have managed money poorly, relearn. If you made a wrong decision, fix what is possible. If you trusted the wrong person, learn discernment. If you missed an opportunity, do not live forever in regret. The past can teach you, but it does not need to imprison you. My child, do not let a season of lack turn you into a person who always lives in fear. Do not let yourself think that I must have a lot to be safe. I must be acknowledged by others to have value. I must have everything to have peace. No. Let me teach you a deeper kind of peace. A peace not completely dependent on what you possess. A hope not dependent on everything going according to plan. A faith that does not disappear just because you are in a difficult season, my beloved child. You can pray for abundance. You can pray for a good job. You can pray for suitable opportunities. You can pray for help. But in all those prayers, do not forget to pray, Lord, please do not let what I want become what I worship. Let me be the center, because what you possess can change. Opportunities can come and go. Money can increase or decrease. People can stay or leave. But my presence is the place you can always return to, my child. If today you haven't had an answer, be at peace. If today you still have to wait, continue walking. If today you are still lacking, be faithful with what you have. If today you are weak, seek help. If today you are afraid, pray. Do not give up, my beloved child. Perhaps you entered this video with a heavy heart, but I want you to leave here with a reminder. The season of lack is not the end. It does not define you. It does not determine your value. It does not have the right to take away your hope. You still have a purpose. You still can grow. You still can love. You still can do good things. You still can start over. And above all, you still can walk with me. My beloved child, lift up your head. Do not try to look at the whole path. Just look at the next step. One step, then another step. I will be with you in every step. And now, prepare your heart. because I want to conclude this conversation with a thing you need to carry into the upcoming days. Hope, not a vague hope, but the hope that no matter how difficult this season is, you are still not forgotten. My beloved child, I am still here, and the final part will be the word I want to place deepest into your heart. Stay with me. Do not leave. My beloved child, now stop for a moment. Do not think about all that you are lacking. Do not think about the closed doors. Do not think about the things that haven't happened. Just be here with me. I want you to be at peace. I know you are tired. I know there are days you try very hard, but still see no results. I know the nights you lie down with a series of questions in your heart. I know you have once asked yourself, Lord, when will this season end? My beloved child, I do not blame you for being exhausted. I do not condemn you because there are times you are weak. I know you are learning to trust in the midst of a season you do not understand, and I want you to remember, the season of lack is not your whole story. A difficult day does not decide a whole life. A closed door does not mean all doors are closed. One failure does not turn you into a failure. A season of waiting does not mean I have forgotten you. I am still here, my beloved child. Perhaps you haven't seen the thing you are praying for, but do not let what you haven't seen make you lose what you have. You still can pray, still can work, still can learn, still can love, still can start over, still can take one more step. Do not underestimate a small step. I do not demand that you see the entire path. I only want you to trust me in the next step. Step by step, day by day, my child. If these words are touching your heart, write Amen. Say, Lord, I do not understand this season yet, but I still choose to trust you. If you want to continue receiving messages that help you hold fast to faith, hope, and peace, follow the channel and turn on notifications. And if you know someone going through a season of lack, worrying, or losing hope, share this video with them. Perhaps they also need to hear that. They do not walk alone. My beloved child, I do not want you to leave this place with fear. I want you to leave with hope. Not hoping that everything will certainly happen exactly as you desire, but hoping that in any circumstance, you can still seek me, pray to me, and walk with me. Hold on to faith. Hold on to peace. Remember grace. When you have much, be grateful. When you have little, continue to trust. When you wait, be patient. When you are weak, seek help. When you are afraid, pray. My beloved child, do not let this season make you forget your value. You are not a number in the account. You are not what you possess. You are not what others think of you. You are still my beloved child. And I want you to step into tomorrow with a lighter heart. You do not need to resolve everything in one day. Do what you can do today. The rest hand it over to me. My beloved child, I am with you when you step into tomorrow. I am with you in work. I am with you in decisions. I am with you in the days of waiting. I am with you when you start over. And when you do not know where to go, return to me. I still hear you. I still love you. I still lead you. This season is not the end. You still have a purpose. You still have hope. You still can mature. You still can start over, my beloved child. Keep stepping. No need to run. No need to know everything. Just trust. Step by step. I am with you. I have never abandoned you. I love you. And even though today you haven't seen this entire path, I still know the way. Amen.